have a question for you. Have you ever thought about how many opportunities you've missed simply because you didn't try or give it a shot? Maybe it was trying out for a team, speaking up in class, or starting something new that felt intimidating. This situation has haunted almost every single person's life in many ways. At some point, we've all held ourselves back. However, some wise words from the greatest hockey player ever have motivated millions of people to try and fix this mindset. Many times in my life, I've regretted not even attempting to do something before giving up on it. A time that I regretted this the most was when I quit playing soccer as a child before even giving it a shot. Because of moments like that, I hope that through the use of my own personal account, which exemplifies the consequences of not following the quote by Wayne Gretzky, I can convince you to stay consistent with whatever you are attempting to do and to not give up prematurely. To understand this message better, let's first take a look at what Wayne Gretzky meant by his famous quote. Wayne Gretzky has motivated many people to stay motivated and strive for their goals, even when those goals may seem impossible. He is widely hailed as the greatest hockey player of all time in NHL history, and is most famous for holding the records for the most points and goals scored. His quote, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take," was coined during an interview in which he explained how he was often told to shoot the puck more often. Although the quote originally referred to hockey, it later became famous for its ability to inspire people to try new things and to not give up when those things may seem too hard. Although Gretzky's quote was originally about hockey, it applies to many different situations as well, including my own life. To put Wayne Gretzky's quote into my own words, it can be best described as not giving up on a situation before even being given a chance to act. This quote relates to my life in many ways, but the most prevalent example that I can think of was when I gave up on soccer as a child before even attending one practice. As a child, when I was either 6 or 7 years old, I went through a period where I was almost obsessed with soccer. I loved watching it and talking about it all the time, so I asked my parents to sign me up for recreational soccer. They did. They bought the cleats and they paid for my practices, and they even took the time to bring me to my first practice. However, when I arrived, I became scared. I was anxious, and instead of staying and trying my best at that practice, I begged and pleaded for them to take me home, and I quit soccer. I regretted this decision for many years afterwards. I felt bad for wasting my parents' money that they had spent on those cleats and those practices. In addition to that, I also regretted quitting because it held back my progress when I later got back into soccer during middle school. I realized that if I had stayed and played soccer consistently as a child, I would have been much more prepared physically and mentally. I didn't even give myself the chance to improve, and that regret stuck with me. From that experience, we can see the broader message behind Wayne Gretzky's quote. I hope that by sharing my own personal experience, which reflects the importance of why Wayne Gretzky's famous quote, I have shown you the importance of taking risks and opportunities when you're given the chance to, and to not prematurely lose confidence in your ability to accomplish that task. Following the advice of the greatest hockey player ever by taking your shot when you're given the chance can prevent the regret that I felt by letting my anxiety and fear of failure take over. To end, I want to point something out, which is very important. Even if I had stayed and played soccer, it wasn't guaranteed that I would score or succeed. However, if I had taken my shot, there would have always been a chance. The only shots they are guaranteed to miss or are not to go in are the shots that are never taken. That's why it's vital that you don't throw away your shot, because sometimes even the ones taken from half court go in.